Welcome to today's podcast. We are absolutely delighted to have Mr. Paul Hotchan, who is the head of the Hong Kong Jockey Club's talent acquisition team. Paul, thank you very much for joining us today.
Of course, it's my pleasure, and thank you for inviting me.
Let's start with your own career journey. You've worked in different industries. You've had a fabulous career. We'd love to hear from you, your own story and your own success as such.
Sure. Firstly, as I said, thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to share my experience. My career journey is actually quite interesting, to be honest. I didn't study HR as a major. I'm actually a hotelier by background, and I started working in Hong Kong when I was 15 years old in a restaurant. And at that point, I decided that my career was going to be all about hospitality. I studied hotel management in Switzerland and then went to work for a number of different hotel groups. But I think the one thing that kind of always resonated with me was dealing with people. And I think in the hospitality industry, you can only succeed if you're great at dealing with people. And that's how I naturally kind of pivoted my career towards HR, right? Working with others to make them successful, helping them find great career opportunities to help develop themselves. And that's what I was really passionate about doing. So after 15 years in the hospitality industry, I completely pivoted towards talent acquisition, and I've been doing that ever since. I've had the pleasure of working as a consultant, covering many different industries such as the airlines, retail, hospitality, and manufacturing. And then I had the opportunity to work in-house, initially in Macau, but now here with the Jockey Club leading talent acquisition.
Taking it further, what advice would you give to all these young talents on interview? How should they approach the interview? How should they ace an interview?
I wish there was kind of a secret recipe around acing an interview, but I think the most important thing is practice, right? It might sound silly, but looking at yourself in front of a mirror in terms of your body language, in terms of your tone of voice, in terms of kind of how you're conveying or portraying yourself is really important. And I think the only way to kind of really ace it is by practicing, right?
True.
And I think that, getting advice from some of these people that you're meeting, like I said, those relationships that you're building, about what they look for when they're interviewing people, I think is good insight for you, right? There is no right or wrong, but they are do's and don'ts, right? So I think the fundamentals are: do your homework, do your research about the company and about the role. Understand who you're meeting with, right? And then it's all about practice.
That's a great advice, absolutely. Advice would you give to our MBA students? How do they navigate the Hong Kong market? Since most of them are not from Hong Kong.
I think, with the MBA students, some of the same advice applies as well. But from speaking with a number of the MBA students, I know that a lot of them are looking to make pivots in their career.
You're right. You're right.
And I think the challenge sometimes is, how do I convey that my experiences and skills, combined with the great learning I've had from HKU, can position me in the right way in a new organization, in a new industry, right? Crafting that narrative and being able to convey that, I think, is really important. And sometimes I think some of the MBA students need to spend a little bit more time to craft that narrative.
You're right.
To be able to highlight how my experiences and skills are going to transfer easily into a new organization and role, I think is half the battle, right? And then the other half is demonstrating it once you're in the door, right? And I think from that perspective, again, relationships matter. If you're looking to pivot from, I'm not sure, investment banking to, working for a charity, for example, spend that time building relationships with people already in that new ecosystem, right? So that you know what it's all about, and then you can start mentally preparing your narrative as well. And I think that's going to be key for our MBA students.
Paul, I can see that the emphasis on soft skills is a major part of the deal when it comes to how decisions are made by HR.
Especially when all the buzzwords today, AI, natural language learning, all of these developments in technology, actually, we need to focus, because of that, we need to focus a lot more on soft skills, right? For people coming into the world of work today, right? Technology is a great enabler, but nothing replaces being able to communicate, being able to build rapport, engagement, and work with other humans, right? And that skill is something that we need to continuously refine and continuously practice. And for people coming out of university, you almost need to accelerate the development of that skill, right? So that's something that we focus on a lot.
On that note, Paul, thank you so much for being with us today and sharing all your insights with our students.
It's my pleasure, and thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you.
Pleasure.